Good afternoon, muchachos. Happy Thursday, October 26th. Last video lecture directions for the week as you guys are watching a documentary the remainder of today and tomorrow. You can see the agenda here. Obviously, still need to check in either today or tomorrow. I think I only had 2 people check in during class time, but again, you got to check in at least once a week. Before we get to the documentary, let's look at the discussion question that you guys did on Tuesday. I believe the question was explain why people and or corporations should or should not be able to spend without limitation on political elections or initiatives. So again, Citizens United 2010 changes the rules when it comes to people or corporations donating money to campaigns. Citizens United, again, allowed corporations to spend freely. It created the political action committees that are considered super political action committees, more or less, where there are no rules. Political action committees, if they are tied to a candidate, they obviously have rules. So again, the question remains, should or should they not be able to spend freely? Nevaeh said, let's see, what do we got? There should be a fixed amount. So if there's a fixed amount, then obviously she is opposed to spending unlimitedly. If there's unlimited spending, concern is actually who is giving the money. Okay. Especially if it is untraceable, right? If well, I guess if you're looking at this, she's kind of going middle of the road. They shouldn't be able to spend freely, but at the same point in time, if they're spending unlimitedly, there could be costs for who is actually giving the money. I don't know if that's necessarily true. A person could still spend freely, but it's when it comes to the issue of where the money is coming from, this is an issue of dark money. Should it be required? Should the law require that if you are giving money, you can give whatever you want, but it has to be documented from whom that money is coming? Interesting take there. Let's see, Milana should not be able to spend money without limitations. Many CEOs have set values that may not be good for the well-being of lower class communities. Allowing them to spend unlimited amounts of money allows political parties for pushing the same values that could be dangerous for those communities. Interesting. Jamie Pelletier, I think corporations should be able to spend without limitation on political elections or initiatives because it should not matter what people or corporations do because it doesn't affect political elections. Interesting take. Interesting take. Jamie, I think I'm going to come back to you next week when we're done watching this documentary and see if you change your mind or not. There are many people who, to this day, 13 years after Citizens United, believe that corporations and people should be able to spend what they want, and will still argue that it shouldn't matter what they are doing. It should be the people, it should be the citizens who are informed enough. It should be the people putting in the effort to be educated and wise, knowledgeable people to discern what is accurate, what is inaccurate. Interesting take. Always got one that's going to be different than the rest of the group. I kind of like it. I like the dichotomy, as some would say. Big Joe Sanders, people or corporations should not be able to spend without limitation. Let's see, leads to a disproportionate power distribution. Those who are, he says it right here, they may expect to receive special attention or favors in return. Those who are giving the campaign donations, do they get special treatment? Do they get preferential treatment or access? We'll see when we watch the documentary. That is the big concern, that if people and corporations are allowed to spend freely, if they're allowed to spend freely, are they going to get political favors? In the state of Minnesota, the teachers union gives, Education Minnesota gives significant sums of money to political activities, typically supporting Democrats. Just this past legislative session, there were, I don't know if it was billions, but there was significant sums of money spent on education. Is it because, some will argue, is it because the teachers unions were giving teacher union, there's one, the teacher union was giving money to Democratic politicians, and the Democrats control the gubernatorial mansion, they control the Senate, and they control the House. They have the what we call political trifecta. I don't know, but they can donate what they want, and they can donate unlimited amounts of money if they're not connected to any one specific candidate. All right, let's do the video. Yeah. You'll see it from the weekly agenda, but I'm going to open it up in the assignment. For whatever reason, if I go into the folder, I can't open it. So I'm going to publish this. You've got a documentary. Open this up. You're going to click the link. All right, Dark Money, it should open a window for you. I'm thinking you have an option to download it. I'm not quite sure on your end. But you definitely want to make sure it's open, and you don't want to have it open in Schoology. It should bring you to the Google Drive. Excuse me. It's dusty in here. It should take you to a new tab. If it opens it in Schoology, again, double click it and make sure it opens it in a new tab. Otherwise, it's going to have to buffer twice, one from the Google Drive and then another time in Schoology. But you'll watch the video and you'll answer the questions as you go along. The questions go in order. You'll start watching it today. You'll have time to finish this on Friday, and then Monday we'll have some kind of review questions that go along with it. Kind of pique your brain here a little bit. So with that, I'm all done. You have the rest of the time to work on this. Again, no video directions tomorrow, but you still have check-ins with me if you have not already done so. Unless I see you today or Friday, have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday. And until then, go Spartans.